Hello there, YouTube. This is Sibbles and Bits back at it again with another Inkbound daily. This is the solo daily for August 26th, and it is a Star Captain daily where we are going to Garden's Edge and Promenade in that order. Just putting that out there because you can't currently see it on the screen right now. Our mods are start with 2 random bindings. We started with Smoke Bomb and Cone of Frost, which is quite interesting. Again, Cone of Frost we are able to get a percent multiplier out of, and since we're going to be Star Captain, that is quite useful for us. Just being able to get a free multiplier just for being able to use our abilities seems nice. And Smoke Bomb's just good for all-around AoE clear, but the problem is that we're Star Captain, so we shouldn't need AoE clear, so it's a little weird. On turn end, enemies lose all burn, frostbite, poison, and bleed, which then counteracts everything I just said. We could still put a damage multiplier on there because we can prepare Cone of Frost, but it's starting to look a little less useful. And then, of course, negative 35 max HP, start with Death Scythe. So, a little nasty, honestly. And if we're going to Garden's Edge first, that means we're going up against Nim, who is unavoidably going to deal some damage to us, so that's a little bit concerning. Whenever a burn, okay, Stone of Scholars, we can get some permanent magic power just for using 5 burn, frostbite, or poison damage vestiges in a single fight, which it's very weird. I guess this is technically tagged as frostbite, but they don't have tags saying this kind of stuff. Alright. So, like I said, it's a little bit concerning, especially with us going into low HP into... Garden's Edge isn't particularly dangerous in the early fights as far as I know, so we're not really too concerned about that. We could always take a braced belt just in case. I would think that Cage's Cage is going to be more useful to us, because if we can reduce the amount of damage that Nim does, we're probably more likely going to survive the first book. Otherwise, we're probably going to have to use, when we go to the shop, we're probably going to need to heal, or we're going to need to skip stats to heal. I don't like skipping stats to heal. I also don't like spending money on healing. But we're going to have to budget that into our run here. We're going to go ahead and take Cage's Cage. And I really like Smoke Bomb dealing more damage. Plus frostbite damage doesn't feel that good to me. Like, again, it's still something that we can obviously use, because we can apply frostbite and then deal the damage. But it's, I don't know, really not cutting it out for me. So, Cone of Frost is pretty much maybe getting a multiplier. And it's another source of AoE that is cheaper than Cryoclasm. That's the way I'm choosing to look at it. Otherwise, it deals about the same amount of damage. So it might be that we want to Potent Frost in order to actually add some more damage onto that. Because if this can start killing, like, trash mobs, that'd be great. And I think that'd put it at about the same as Smoke Bomb, not quite. Yeah. Looks good to me. Let's go ahead, go in with that. Putting the damage on Smoke Bomb was probably the right move. We'll see if that was correct or not. Let's see. If we're going to need to heal ourselves, we will most likely want to take a Quilling Cage here. A fish is good. Helmet Crab might get us through our hard fight, actually. And a Mercurial is nice, too. Give up, you're surrounded. Just making sure that we're out of that. Hopefully they bunch up again. They did. So let's grab our orb. We're hitting everybody. Seems like we're actually going to have to hit you guys with some frost. Then do this. Still not quite there. Give me a drone because that hits another frostbite and that'll deal enough damage. There we go. I'm really not about this frostbite damage, but I think it's more important to us than plus 5 HP. So I think we're going to go ahead and take it. Extra frostbite. Why? They keep giving me this stuff, man. Like, if we put Frigid Frost on and gain 2 extra stacks of frostbite, we're not going to deal... Like, there's one ascension that we could get on Cryoclasm, which makes it deal the full stack of frostbite damage. But other than that, like, we don't attack anywhere near enough times in order to actually go through all these stacks of frostbite. So there's really no purpose in doing that. Honestly, Potential Laser looks like the best option here. Well, there's that option I literally just talked about. I almost think I prefer Eye of the Storm. I'm definitely hoping for a very specific thing to happen here. We probably can't afford a Binding Empowerment because of the fact that we're electing to heal. The Garden gives us more money, so I'm definitely feeling good going to there. If I could click on books, though, that might help a little bit. Alright, what do we got here? Uninflicting poison and inflict daze. That's kind of cute. I'm honestly probably... If I reroll here, that means not getting another white vestige at the shop. Is the average green going to be better than just any white vestige? Wait, is that true? Okay, so we heal for 75. Then we could take a 150, which is like a blue at the shop. If it up tiers, we're kind of screwed. We're going to go ahead and reroll. Parsimonious is unuseful. Deceitful Runes is something. It gives us damage, and we inflict Hex on single target, which is kind of nice. And so, take us to the vault. And I will be perfectly honest with you, we're using a Helmet Crab here. Oh, this will be fine. Okay, so we're going to do this instead then. Okay, let's save this for later. Have people swarm me up here. Looks good. Does that increase the... Oh, I never took an orb. That's why I don't have it. Okay. I don't think that we need to use Eye of the Storm this round, so that's pretty good for us. We're just going to keep spamming here. So anyways, I started blasting. We're not going to leave that, though. All right. So theoretically, what we're kind of going for here is a drone build. That's what I'm trying to coerce into existence. So the question is Valmark actually worth it to deal 50% more drone damage, or do we just get more HP? The more HP is notable because we're going to have to somehow get ourselves above 50 HP in order to not take a score deficit. Valmark obviously just helps us, regardless. I think we're honestly going to take Braided Acacia. We're planning on taking some damage in this upcoming fight. And here, I'm honestly going to take a little bit of physical power to, again, sort of try to facilitate that. Shrapnel Smoke Bomb is kind of insane, but so is getting more drone damage out there. Again, we're choosing to believe that this is the way. I really like the idea of Hidden Mist. The problem is that we really don't crit. And that would pretty much be the reason why I would want to do that. If you add a baseline, if you have no other investment, but you have a critical charge, using Hidden Mist on yourself and the target is like 5 times damage. It's not like 5 times damage, it's at least 5 times damage. Which we've got a decent nuke in Eye of the Storm, which would kind of make that worth it. It's like 1,000 base damage right there. But I'm thinking Cluster Bomb is more what we're looking for. Simply because it deals damage. Otherwise, we've really not even used any of this stuff. But I'm not willing to, well, I mean, No, we'll take Cluster Bomb. So we're going to heal and potentially take Blooming Un. Blooming Un is absolutely useless because things will not have Burn or Frostbite at the start of our turn. So we got that going for us. Fantastic. Well, I mean, it means that we save money for later. Take that for safety, and we're going in here. And again, the HP well isn't just for safety. We need to get above 50 HP. I'm not sure I handled that correctly. I was probably actually supposed to hit this and then just keep blasting you down. We're probably going to use our Mercurial on this turn to get access to this again. Is that worth more than that? It is. And then barrier me. We should have you next turn. Get this power orb. Hit you with that. Blast, blast. Okay. We have done it. Flash freeze. It's a moderate area, which, if we're going completely by wording, is the same AoE that our Cluster Bomb has. I think large area around us feels better, but this is also better single target. So I'm a little inclined to go with Flash Freeze here, because that's a little bit of our issue right now. And let's make it so that these are all very good, but we want Rending Frost because that's another damage multiplier. So we go ahead, we hit something. Everything has Hex. And then at that point, we're doing plus 35, plus 25. That's plus 60% damage, which is a pretty good damage multiplier. Now we just got to get damage, and scaling magic damage is kind of where that's going to be at. Is this good against Runestone? I don't frickin' think so. Like, I'll be perfectly honest with you, without using the trinket to, like, cheat and free up a whole bunch of stuff and get, like, guaranteed scaling, Frostbite doesn't really feel good to me, but I don't know. Like, that's kind of why I'm trying to go into the drone build, but the game is like, you know, it's being a roguelike, right? You can't really be mad at it. Part of doing these dailies, or like roguelikes in general, is seeing what the seed is offering you and reacting accordingly. That's kind of freaking annoying. Wish I had Grasp here. Okay. Can I get both of you? Yes. That is not... Oh god, it's Cluster Bomb. That's kind of annoying. I suppose I should have known better. Okay, I'll hit you with that then. Almost got him. That admittedly wasn't helpful at all. I highly doubt we're going to get this in 3 turns. We're definitely going to take damage for it, regardless of how it ends. So let's go ahead and kill all these, because I don't want to deal with them. And then we'll figure out how we're dealing with you. Probably, honestly, a drone this turn. And then when you burrow, we're going to hit you with the... We can't. Because it is not off cooldown. We're going to take a turn penalty here. I would like to say that it's exactly how they set themselves up. There was probably something we could have done there. That's a 1-turn penalty. Oof. I'm actually about 1 shielding. we're going to be below 75% HP at some point. I don't think we're quite there yet. We are. That's kind of nice. This providing an additional drone is interesting. Hexing Smoke Bomb would save us quite a bit, but it's also a little bit weird because then we have to... Like, we don't inflict Frostbite with this. So we'd be able to get Hex out here and then get rid of Deceitful Runes when it's really not even worth it for us to get rid of Deceitful Runes. Dazing Cryoclasm. It's mainly just there for quest progression. Let's go ahead and get Fleet Commander. I would much prefer to inflict one stack of shock on the nearest enemy. We've spent money, so we really cannot afford to hit the Binding Empowerment. Like, we could theoretically make it out of there, but it's not gonna happen. So take me to the Tethered Shrine. Hopefully we get something here. A little bit of cash. 10 Quillings. Cool. I won't say no to 15 Frostbite damage. We do use it. Take me to another Heroic Vault. And I think regardless of how they set up, we need to spike this gentleman right here. Crazily enough, this might actually be the play. There we go. Perfect. Might also be using a Mercurial here. I think that we are. Because if we can handle this guy, this fight is handled. Sure, let all these guys show up. Give you guys that and give you guys this. A bomb for each of you. God bless us, everyone. We have no burn, and I must scream. Defeating an enemy with your damage more than double their max HP, gain 3 physical power until the end of combat. That's not going to happen in Runestone. These are all terrible. Now hold up. We didn't spend anything on the first shop, so we can actually afford to re-roll this. And there's the burn that we're looking for. What? Unic Charge is really only like 4 ability power. That's not worth it for us. Getting more... What am I trying to say? More actions is definitely worth it for us. We're already going to scale quite a bit of ability power. Let's just keep that magic damage going. I really like this. And we haven't done anything with it. The reason why we wouldn't technically want to do this is because we want to put gain a drone for every person hit by the secondary, which is a purple, which we're not currently contesting. And that is good. I need to fully augment bindings. That's not going to happen now that I realize it. Well, it's not necessarily that it's not going to happen. It has to now go on Flash Freeze and Shock Trooper. We could get Arguing Binders here, which would help us with that. Otherwise, I would probably be going to the Tethered Shrine. This is neither of those things, and I can afford neither of these things. We should have went to the Tethered Shrine. Well, you know, hindsight 2020 and all that. Okay, let's do this. Feeling really good about this. Yeah, that's pretty good. And so then we pick up this power orb. And guess what? We do it again. Is it actually better for me to be doing something else right now? Potentially. Like, that definitely does more damage. Anyways, it's a turn 2 Rinferno. It's alright, I guess. Kind of like the idea of Big Game Hunter, adding a little bit more damage. We're going to be using it. Also for single target purposes, Freezing Ray isn't bad. I could see that. Gain 15 frostbite damage every time we hit somebody with frostbite. That's currently what we're doing. Yeah, we'll take Freezing Ray, why not? We stated that we needed to fill Flash Freeze and Shock Trooper. So we're not going to get the Legendary. The Legendary is worth 400. How much is missing a Glyph worth? 250. So it is better for us to reroll this. This is the effect that we need, though. Oh, frick. It's just sad that they actually gave it to us and we can't take it. And then they didn't give us any of the abilities that we needed. So, that sucks. So we lost that too. Okay. Well, if that's the case, give me a devastating smoke bomb. Might as well have it do some damage. Not sure it's going to get used. Give me that. Currently, we are full magic power. You really had to be, like, right there, didn't you? Close. Which means that Flash Freeze should get you. I want you guys to come over here. Yeah, I didn't want to do damage anyways. Now, it's not going to spawn another tuning stone. They're going to come close. Thank you. I'm so upset about that RNG. When using Mission Leader, reduce your longest cooldown by 2. Hold up. It's just, it's very weird that they put CD there. Okay, so, that's good. We have enough to spend 75, but I think that's going to go into HP. Which means that we're picking something here. Pile of tiles isn't bad. I'm not sure that it's necessary, but it might come up, especially if I use Mission Leader after using Eye of the Storm. Sorry. And I pick up an orb, then I can use it twice in one turn. I wonder if it stacks. Probably not. Anyways, this is healing, and we're off. So we're going to lose 650 points. We had one miss on a hard combat, I believe. I think it was a hard combat. Which means that we're going to be 1,000 points short, assuming that we can kill Runestone in time. We want to be actually as far down and to the left as possible. We need to believe that we're going to face this man. I don't know if that's actually true. Oh, that's beautiful. You love to see it. Okay. Now, we do not need to do anything else, right? Like, we should bully you. But do we need to bully you? That's kind of the question. Let's get our drone. Let's grab this orb. Let's hit you. You're still going to hit us for 1. I guess there's not really much that we can do about that. Then we want to be about right here. Might as well just bop you again, really. Get over into position over here. I really don't care what's going on here. We win next turn. I want to be close enough to that orb to where I can grab it. More than enough HP. Everything's looking great. Let's go ahead and shock the nearest person. How are you closer to me than this thing right here? I'm upset. Did it just reduce its own cooldown? Come on, man. Like, I guess it's the vestige, but that's still so weird. What is it called? Mission orders? Captain Ciphers. Okay. Doesn't matter, we still have this. Yeah, we lost about 950, which is a little unfortunate. Just taking a look at all that. My apologies. Got a couple of pins for the victory board. Some levels. Take me to the leaderboard. I'm currently on top. As you can see, Dear Lord just frickin' putting in work, apparently. But as you can see, easily able to improve on that. I can't remember exactly how we lost the one. Oh, it was in the double worms fight. So it was in the positioning of the enemies. I think that if you positioned yourself correctly, you could get the enemies to move closer to the worm and probably like save that one fight. And then, of course, if you were just cognizant of the fact that you like, usually I go to uh, binding empowerments because I think that augs are like incredibly important. But of course, in this daily, we need to get above 50, so we didn't have the money to afford to do that, so I just didn't, and it ended up biting us in the ass later. And then of course the reroll giving us the exact same bindings that we had before was a little bit rude. Like the odds of that, I'm not even going to calculate those odds. That is highly unlucky. But if we would have just filled up the one when we had the option earlier, then we would have been able to take the drone on hit augment that we wanted, and then we would have had like even more explosive damage. But anyways, go out there, get that perfect score. Hopefully, the run was educational or at least enjoyable. If you have any feedback whatsoever, be it questions, comments, concerns, misplay alerts, be sure to put those down in the comments below. And until next time, I'll catch you guys around.